know
in
you're from
Cleveland, and I
Shaker.
know exactly where you are. You're in the basement of.
Absolutely not. Listen, we're not stalking out here. I just know you're from Shaker, but that's it.
Word. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know that shirt? Okay, wait, let's talk about this. You know that shirt that you wore to Cleveland, okay? Everyone on my Instagram has been wearing it, but I didn't know it was a Shaker Heights thing.
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about? I think
To
it's like
Pluto?
a net. Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
yes.
no, that's my boy Micah. He I went to high school with him, and I met up with him when like right before the Cleveland show because he started his clothing brand, and I was like, "Yo," and I bought two shirts, and they're fire, so I wore them for the show.
Yeah. And like I showed it to I can't remember who it was, but he's like promoting everything about it. And so when you came to the show and were wearing the shirt, I was like, that shirt looks so familiar. So I sent it to everyone that was promoting it, and they posted you on like the account. So I
Wow,
was like,
cool,
I didn't even know that was like an actual thing until you showed it to me. So I was like, okay, and I bought some. So
dope. Yeah, support that. That's my boy, man. He was there like my first time like freestyling at lunch, and like he was in all my classes, and so we were just boys. And so yeah, always got to support the locals.
it's so
Yeah.
crazy. Do you like? I honestly, I feel like Cleveland is so different because like I always like hate, not gonna lie, I was a hater from Cleveland. I was like, I hate being from
Yeah.
here, it's so ugly, like the weather's
Mhm.
never nice unless it's like summer. But like you kind of made me love it a lot more. Like this summer I've been actually like driving around and like actually you know exploring everything. It's actually a beautiful place if you like learn to love it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to leave here to really appreciate it, but I've also lived in a lot of places. So I lived in Cleveland, moved away, then went back, and I had to move back to Cleveland because Virginia was so trash. And then going to LA and seeing all these other different places, like you really start to appreciate how I think for Cleveland, like just I feel like everyone's just cool with everyone, and
Mm-hmm, true.
it's not as like clicky. I mean, obviously every place is clicky, but I mean based on like I don't know, like it's just I don't even know, but
I'm surprised you like Cleveland over Virginia. Virginia, I heard, is so pretty.
it's nice, but the community's kind of whack over there. I can't lie. I had to get out of there.
How long did you live there?
4 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, I lived there. My dad went down there for his job, and I moved like three times while I was down there because we were renting places, and then I was doing terrible in school, and that's when I started like making music and stuff. And so then I came back here, um, and I started rapping at school, and people liked it, and now I'm here on this live talking to you.
No, you need to do a meetup after all this is over. I mean, I don't know when
Uh,
it's gonna be over, but I like work at Target, so like I like have contact with like a lot of people, and sometimes I'm just thinking because like I'm seeing all these people, and I'm just like I feel like for us especially, it's gonna be over soon because no one's really taking it serious. Like Target, might like may I say, is very very popular. Like everyone's
yeah,
there like 24/7. So like, well,
true.
I don't know if you go to my Target. I don't know if do you know where Fairview is?
I don't know off the top of my head, but
Yeah, so I work at the Fairview Target. So like, there's it's complete. It's always busy. Never been to Ohio,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I
Target's dope because there's not lines. At least where I am, there's not a lot of
not
lines.
lines. What Target are
Yeah.
you going
Well, like they don't make you wait outside. Like I
to?
I I ain't dropping the pin, but
What?
like I got it good over here.
You go tomorrow and it's like there's a
Yeah,
line outside.
yeah. Because if I drop the hotspot, then it's like, oh no, they're gonna follow me home and shit. And, like, I'm just not trying to do that.
We're
Uh,
gonna have to
yeah,
Wait, I have a
yeah.
question. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a gem.
A Gemini?
I'm a gem. Yeah, but
Do you like zodiac signs?
I'm not gonna lie. I was really into it for a bit, and I had to get off it because I think that based on I think like it's scary and it the reason it's scary is because it provides the answers for us that we really truly desire, and it kind of answers questions that, like, I don't know, because I had like Pattern and CoStar and all these things, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
and I think all of us as people, like, we really secretly desire just to know everything about ourselves. We want to know our next move. We want to know where we're going in life. We want to know what happens tomorrow, the day after. And like those apps tell you all these things. And so I think that it's just something that kind of takes away the essence of life if you get too into it. And also, um, I believe that people can feel like they know you based on these things when they really don't. They don't truly understand you, and they try to analyze you and depict you as this thing based on these characteristics from a chart and from
You
all
say as
these
a
things.
Gemini.
Yeah, and it's like I was into it, and I looked at certain things and I was like, you know what? I relate to this. I relate to this. This makes sense, and I saw like patterns between different people that either I look up to or whatever. It's very very interesting, but I had to realize that, you know what? If I keep allowing myself to be like so invested in this, it's gonna stop me from like really exploring myself, and it's gonna cause me to just think, oh, I'm like predetermined and I don't have a choice of who I am or how I act. And I basically can just blame all my problems and all the bad things I do on my sign or whatever. So, yeah, that's
That's
where
so
I'm at with that.
true. That's very true. Because honestly, sometimes I even find myself like when I ask people what's their zodiac sign, and they say like they're Leo. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, actually, maybe I don't want to be friends. Not like I don't want to be
Yeah,
friends with them,
no,
but
see,
just like,
that's what I hate, man. It's like we're all one race. We're all one human like race. We all just got to
hmm
be cool with each other, man. Like, it doesn't matter what month of the year you're fucking born in. Like, I'm gonna have a conversation with you and I'm gonna show you love. Like, just because you're born in December doesn't mean we're not getting along. Like, that's the dumbest shit ever.
oh my
um
god, oh my god, you're killing me.
yeah, like,
Oh my god, that's so funny though. I totally get that though. I'm kind of obsessed with it. Okay, I do love Leos. I see the comments. I do love Leos. I'm just
yeah.
saying that as an excuse. But yeah, is it Sagittarius? No, okay. I'm a Sagittarius. Taurus is not it. That's not it. But so my username is Connor Michael Salty because my last name is Salty. And I know you were saying like love your name. I hate Salty that my last name is Salty.
Turn it into
It's
his strength, yo. It's kind of
I
dope.
know. I've
Salty.
been
I mean, it's with an I though, right?
yeah, Salty
It's
with an
with,
I.
see, that's dope. That's dope. you
I
can
should be
you
a
can
rapper.
Yeah, just use your creativity. You can come up with something. Yeah. Don't feel bad about your name. Your name's dope.
Lil Salty.
It's salty. I don't know about that, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But yeah, Cleveland
All
gang.
right. Yes,
Um,
Cleveland gang, period.
yeah. Hope you're doing well. It was nice talking to you. Have an amazing night. Thanks for the questions. I enjoyed talking about that stuff, so
Me
appreciate it.
too. I got you. Hopefully I see you soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Stay safe. Keep eating well. I know that's hard to do these days, so
Oh, it definitely
yeah,
is.
all that good stuff.
All right, bye. Kisses. Mwah.
Bye bye. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. That's cool. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yo, what up, Kyler? Oh, Swoop,
I
I
didn't
see you.
expect
What's
you to
up?
actually do that.
I had to.
I was literally sitting in my room. It was pitch black. I just turned the light on. My dogs are here. They're like asleep, but they're gonna say hi. Guys, say hi.
What's up,
Say hi.
dudes? Oh,
Say hi.
yo, he's mad cute.
Yeah, this is Fiona.
Oh,
She's a
or
sweet little
she's
baby.
mad cute. Yo, I already said he was a dude.
It's okay. My
Yeah.
dad. We've had her for 2 years, and my dad still calls her he. And then this is Chewy. This is Chewy. He's named after Chewbacca. He looks like Chewbacca, but he's
Oh,
not. He's clearly not interested right now. He doesn't care about anything I'm doing. He's like, let me sleep.
I
I
feel
was
that.
I was literally sitting in the pitch black. I had to turn the light on. I was like, no.
Yeah. How you
Hi,
doing?
I'm okay. I've had a rough week, but
Yeah,
um,
me too. Let's talk about it. What happened this week?
so I'm sure you heard about Corey LeBerry passing. That
About
was
what?
like Corey LeBerry passing
Or
away.
no, I didn't hear about
Oh,
that.
he's a YouTuber.
Hmm.
So I watched him and stuff, but like that was really hard for me because it just triggered stuff about my brother and my friend Nick. So I've been
Right.
like dealing with that all week. But I've also just been trying to like pick myself up, and I wrote a
Mhm.
few songs this week, which I haven't really done all of quarantine,
Yeah,
which was good, and I'm glad I got to get that out of my system.
that's
Um,
good.
yeah, and we have neighbors that we hang out with every day, so our dogs can hang out. So they're like the only thing keeping me sane through all of this, and they're like the only people I've seen. So I've been like off and on, but I'm trying to just remember that like God has a plan and everything's gonna get where
Facts.
it needs to be.
Yo, that's the
So I'm
hardest
just
thing.
trying
That's
to.
the hardest thing to remember right now. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie. It's the hardest thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, it really is. It's
Like, for me, like, I just want, like, all right, so when I pray, like, what I want, I
mhm.
just want, like, Jesus to come floating down and be like, Connor, you are here to do this, this,
Yeah,
this, and this
with
is gonna
Bethany
happen
Day.
this week, and this is how you deal with it. Like, that's what we all want, but that's just
Yeah,
not how it works. And it's just like, it's frustrating, but, when I look back at my life, I see all the times that things did work out, and I look at all the rough weeks, the rough months, the rough
yeah,
years,
exactly.
and I'm like, look at where I went from there. And then I'm like, I'm in that right now, and I just got to accept
Mhm.
that, and I just got to be like, you know what, man,
Yeah.
I'm going to become so much better than where I am,
Mhm.
because like you can't be healed unless you have wounds, if you think about
Mhm.
it. Like
Yeah.
you have to identify that you're hurt and you're broken in some way,
Mhm.
for like there has to be a noticeable problem, and you can't
Yeah.
just like fix your problems without hurting.
Yeah. And I've come to terms with the fact that I have gone through some awful things, and I have really heavy feelings because I can use them to help other people. Um,
Yeah.
so anytime I remember that I'm hurting, I'm like, one day this pain is going to help somebody else. That's what I have to keep remembering. So like anytime, like I've gotten to do a few live streams with other people or like for certain things, and just had a bunch of people from a bunch of different communities, like my friends' parents and my friends from cheer and like people all over the country stuff just popping in to watch my live streams, and they're telling me afterwards like, hey, I really needed that, thank you so much. And that was one thing that I was like, wow, okay, maybe I don't feel so useless during all of this, and I can do
Yeah.
something. And it's really hard because I was working on my EP, and we were just about ready to take it to the studio when all of this happened. Um,
Right. Yeah,
and I'm
isn't that
like, I don't have a home studio. I don't know how to produce. I can't do that from here.
right?
Um, so it's like that was frustrating getting another setback. And I'm like, I know when this music gets out, it's going to help people, but it's not out yet, and I keep getting frustrated. And I have to just sit back and
Dude,
remember.
I know the feeling. Trust me.
Yeah, I just have to remember
Yeah.
every little delay is for a reason.
Yeah.
And anything could happen in between now and then. Like you never know who's gonna suddenly become a fan of me and like be interested in what I'm seeing.
Exactly. You're gonna be better off when you end up releasing music. And if I have any advice, I don't know if you were on earlier, but I was talking about EPs.
I
I
was
was saying,
not. I turned my phone on do not disturb because I thought I might actually go to bed
I was
sooner than I
saying,
did.
I was saying EPs. Like don't get caught in the EP land, because it can be very, it's very safe. Like you're
Yeah,
like, I don't want to really put too much out there. Let me do the 5 songs I just know will be like received
yeah.
well.
I
So
think I
like,
definitely just want to start with an EP. So I don't like I'm not gonna drop an album out of nowhere.
right.
But I
Well,
think,
not necessarily an album,
but
but I was
yeah,
talking to Sergio about this. Um, I can't really expose what he's doing, but I was kind of telling him, like, if you're gonna make an EP, like EP is, what is it, like 5 songs, something like that.
yeah,
So what if you did 6, what if you did 7 songs
I'm
and
doing
called it?
6. Yeah.
What if you did 7 and called it a project and had an idea and really stuck to a concept for
Mm-hmm.
it? So it was like targeting a specific audience, or not even a specific audience,
Yeah.
just like it
That's
was
so
just
funny
you
that you're
really
saying
committed
this.
to something, you know?
Yeah, me and Lizzie actually had this whole thing planned out. I had written a few songs that were like twisted fairy tales, and I was like, I want to like, I don't know, maybe do like a separate EP where I just release all of my fairy tale songs, and then we start talking about it and coming up with more
Yeah,
ideas. And I was like, all right, there's gonna be like at this point, there's gonna be like 9 songs on it. So then I was just like, I'll just refer to it as a project. And I was like, we could put a
right.
visual with every song.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I was younger, I had an idea of what I'd do. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna drop a single and then an EP and then an album. And I'm just like, I can do whatever I want to do with my music. And I have so many songs right now have that cover so many different topics and so many different feelings that I've had. And
Yeah.
that's why I chose 6 songs to put on the EP that kind of bounce around from different styles, different feelings that I felt, to just
Mm-hmm.
try to put that out so everybody can get an idea. But that's just where I want to start from. And
Yeah.
I mean, every single day I can sit down and write a new song that'll be completely different than the last one. And I've
That's the goal.
recently just found like the freedom to be like, I can do whatever I want. This is, my life.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I
A lot
don't
of
really.
artists get caught up in the whole like I need to find my sound thing, when really your sound is just your voice and your life. It's your life and your experiences should come alive in your songs, and that's your sound.
Yeah.
And some people think like, oh, I have to be like for me, I could be like, oh, I'm only gonna rap on like 155 BPM Lucky You instrumentals for the rest of my life. It's like, no, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the 90 BPM, the do or
Yeah.
dies. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna play violin. I'm gonna have songs that are fully orchestral. Like, and you could say like, oh, he found his sound, but really those are all different sounds,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of how you realize who you are as an artist. Is you figure out who you are as a person.
Yeah. People keep asking me like how to describe my music and like my genre, and I don't ever really have like a steady answer.
Good.
Because like my music is what is in my heart, what is on my mind when I sit down with my guitar. That's where it comes from. My music is more about the lyrics than it is the sound or the genre that it fits into, because that has
Right.
always been what touched me, and that's how I've dealt with everything I've been through. So I'm like, I can't specifically be like, yeah, I'm a pop artist. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really know. I just know that
You're a dope
I'm writing
artist.
these lyrics. Thank you. Yeah.
Like that's what I'd tell people. Like, yo, what kind of music do you make? I make dope music. Like,
Like
I
I
make
make
good
dope
music.
music. Usually
Like,
my
I don't.
first hit is like sad. I write
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
I think it's funny when I talk to like, there's been a lot of artists I went and like saw in concert and met, and they ask me, and I'll be like, yeah, I write sad songs and like dope me all, and I'm just like, I find it funny that I end up gravitating towards people who are very similar to me, but like that's
Yeah.
like, music is so healing that sometimes you gotta write sad songs, and
Yeah,
I
you
don't only
have
write
to.
sad songs, but yeah, like
It's a human
gotta,
thing. You gotta have happy songs, sad songs, angry
yeah,
songs.
and
That's how I've
sometimes,
realized you grab the listener. It's
yeah.
like you got to make them feel like you're a person, and
Mm-hmm.
if you don't do that, then you're just this like perfect human, and people can identify with that. But at the end of the day, it gets old, and people see through it.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
anyone can write a song that doesn't really show struggle. Like, you can
Yeah.
sit down and write
Exactly.
a fun song to dance to, and that doesn't really define you as an artist. Like,
Yeah.
what's in your heart and, what you have to say is important. Sometimes it's not about making a song that's fun and everyone can dance to. Sometimes it is about
Yeah.
digging deep and pulling out something that people can relate to and,
Very
feel
true.
something. I mean, that's the purpose of art, is to make somebody feel something, whether
Yeah.
it's good or bad. So,
Mhm. You
and,
got it. Yeah.
I have good
You'll go
days.
very far. You'll go very far with that mentality.
Yeah, when I have good
Yeah.
days, then I write good songs, and sometimes I'll even write songs that start with the idea of being sad, but then have like a happy ending,
Yeah.
because things do get
Happens all
better.
the time.
It's not all gray all the time.
Mhm.
Um, and like my song Puzzle Pieces, that's actually what the EP is going to be called too. But I wrote that when I was 12.
That's cool.
And I was going through a really hard time, but I wrote it originally to myself so I could get through it. So even though I wrote it from a place of darkness, it's become like a really hopeful song for people.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. I'm really glad. Like, I didn't expect when I was 12 years old that there'd be so many people who were touched by it. I just wrote it because I was having a hard time and I needed something to get through. Um, and that's, I think, why it's one of my favorite songs that I've written. And it's like the most basic chord progression ever. Like, it's nothing fancy.
Yeah, but that's what hits, man. Like I know you
Yeah.
have. I think I saw the video. I think you sent it to
Yeah.
me a while ago, and I looked at it on YouTube. And then I wasn't thinking of the chords. I was just listening to what you were saying, and what you're saying was dope.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
what, I mean, that's how I started writing songs, like with the
I was
basic
gonna say
chords.
tell the people you're at because it doesn't show the at thing anymore,
Yeah, all
so
right.
they
I
can
will
follow you.
type. Yeah, everything is at Kyler St. Fard. It's KYLERSTPHARD. My YouTube
Fire.
is under that. My SoundCloud is on that right now.
Plug, plug, plug,
Yeah,
plug,
that's my
plug.
name. I thought about like having a stage name, and like
Amazing.
my mom was like, "You should have gone by your middle name." So I'd be going by Kyler Simone. But for me, it's not about me. Like, I used to want to be like Hannah Montana and have everybody love me. But now
Yeah,
it's just, I want it to be about my music, not so much about me being an idol to anybody. I don't want that. I'm just going by my real name because I'm a real person, and that's
that's the dope. That's
what
the best way to do it. But yeah, I'm gonna guess some more people. It was amazing talking to you, and y'all check out her
yeah,
music,
definitely.
check out her videos. She's got some dope singing stuff, and
Thank you.
yeah, hope you're doing well. Have a good night. All
And I
right.
hope you have a great rest of your quarantine.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
Bye.
Kylie.
Bye.
We got. All right, y'all. I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna get off here. This one's pretty special to me. All right, Tori. What's up,
Hi,
Tori? How you doing?
what's up?
How's it going? Where you calling from?
Atlanta. I haven't seen you.
Atlanta. How was it? Were you at the last show that we did? Me and the
Yeah,
guys. So that was a fun show.
it was.
Yeah, that was the one. I I always judge my performances at the end of the night when I would do like my raps and stuff.
Yeah.
Atlanta was the night where I felt like I killed it, like the most,
You
like vocally.
should.
Like I felt like I
So
snapped
annoying
that night.
loud. Me and my friends were like so annoyingly loud that night.
That's how it's got to be. That's why we love Atlanta. We need that.
I'm glad y'all love Atlanta.
Yeah, I love Atlanta because I got a bunch of friends out there, and I know a bunch of artists out there,
Oh,
and so I
really?
know the scene's pretty big in hip hop too. So, um, I mean, I was actually planning on going out there before this all started and working on some music out there, but obviously that didn't work out. But we're here now.
Yeah. Well, you definitely should come here soon.
Yeah, I will. I will. What grade are you in?
I'm not in high school anymore.
You're in high school? You're in college?
Yeah.
What year?
I'm about to be in sophomore year.
Word, word. What are you studying?
Journalism.
Journalism. Nice. That's pretty cool. So you want to do what specifically, like what would be your goal then?
I mean, I'm still kind of trying to like think about it, but I'm thinking like something probably like in the entertainment industry.
Would you want to do interviews or would you want to write stuff?
Do interviews. I,
Interviews?
I mean, I used to love to like read and write, but I'm not really into that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's dope that you want to. I've never heard anyone like I've met a couple people who are journalists and I think it's really a really cool art form because you're able to help people connect with people um who I don't know, like fans and just people in general want to know so much about what goes into,
Yeah,
artists' heads and your athletes or whoever. And if you're going into that field, like you could potentially be a really big
yeah.
voice.
I'm like
And
do that anyway, so I'm like I might as well do that as a career.
Yeah, and I personally love when I meet a good journalist and they ask me some like amazing questions. Like
Yeah,
it's so much better than when someone, if you're like, I've done so many interviews where they're like, they just ask you the same things over and over and over. Like, so do we have any
like
music coming out soon? And I'm like,
have the answer.
yeah. And it's like you go down, you have like a list of memorized answers, and then every once in a while you get someone who asks you something really personal and like treats you like a human instead
Yeah,
of, oh, can we get this headline and can we get him talking about this artist or whoever?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm so tired of that because I say the same thing. Like I watch so many interviews. They always ask the same question. Like they always want to know whether you have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
have a like crush on somebody new, or it's always like personal questions. And I'm like, nobody wants to answer that, especially if you're like an artist and you just put out a project. I'm like, they're trying to be asked about their project. They want to be asked about
Yeah.
music, not whether they have a girlfriend or not.
So, yeah, that's true. Do you have any favorite interviewers or just personalities that you look up to?
Not necessarily, but I like a lot of the BuzzFeed interviewers.
BuzzFeed's cool. I like Sway's a big one for me. Sway in the morning.
Sway is dope.
Sway's really good. Trying to think of who else. There's a lot. Oh, do you know Nardwar?
I don't.
You might have seen, if you're on TikTok, he has some stuff that's going viral of like the ASAP Rocky video where he's like welcome to Vancouver, British Columbia, and your name, and he's like Ace he's like, I forget what it was. He was like, yes sir. Yes sir, I'll be that pretty motherfucker, man. And he said something like that.
I need to go check him out.
Yeah, you got to check out Nardwar. He's the best. He's the best. But yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to eventually, if you got your own show, hit me up. Let's do an interview. I'm down. If you
Yeah,
got a question now, you could low key start your career right now.
I don't. Let me see. Do you think like when you make it big, you ever get tired of the fame? Like you know how some celebrities are like they seem to get like tired of just like having to be like that person that everybody looks up to and like
Hmm.
I don't know, you just have all that
You know
pressure.
what? That's a great question, and it's I think a lot of it has to do with what you're known for. I think for me, my goal is to be an inspiration to a lot of people, and I just want to wear my heart on my sleeve. I want to wear my emotions in my music, and I want to connect with people, and I want to bring people together. And so if I'm known globally for something like that, and if I become famous for doing that, because I'm just going to continue to do that, and if eventually I become famous for it, it's like, well, this is why God put me here. This is why I'm here, is to spread a message. It's to help people. And if I can't go to the grocery store without somebody looking at me and being like, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
this guy said something that changed my life. Like, I asked for it. I wanted it. I'm sitting here right now stressing because I don't have it yet. And one day I'm gonna have it, and I just pray that I'm gonna be grateful and I'm gonna be able to really
yeah,
appreciate it. And of course, like, it's gonna suck. Like, I wouldn't say suck, but it's gonna be hard, you know, going to see
definitely
friends and
different.
being and just having eyeballs on you at all times. Like, you can't really be a person too much because you're this guy to everybody. But at the end of the day, if you signed up for it, if this is what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
then but I do understand people who, like, if they go viral for having like if you're like the Catch Me Outside girl, like, I bet that would be really hard to go outside and everywhere you go people just know
But
you for that thing.
that's different, you know.
She glowed up though.
Yeah.
She turned it on their head, and she made double XL and like started doing all this crazy stuff. So, but yeah.
Would you like venture out into anything else, like acting or?
Mm-hmm. I want to do it all. I don't want to be just restricted to music. I think music is like the base foundation of it. It was poor connection for a second. Did y'all hear what I said?
Yeah.
What did I say last? I feel like I might have cut out. Wait, say it again.
I heard
Yeah, yeah. Oh, snap. I think. Can y'all hear me?
somebody Minecraft megapixels.
Oh, that's funny. And I lost 30 viewers, so that's probably poor connection. Dang.